Good afternoon. It is July 30th, 2025, and this is actually the price action starting yesterday, but we were working in this range up until the news announcement. So let me just move this over so you can see just today. So pretty low volume until the news item came out today, and I don't think you really want to be trading this. The only thing I'm seeing is perhaps you take like a higher high major trend reversal right there, or when these bars can't break higher, if you see that we established this price level at the top of this doji, and then you can't break higher on that bar, and you can't break higher on that bar. Maybe you take that. But other than that, I don't see anything until the news item. So let's take a look at that. And I'll make this large. I know haven't been making the chart large lately. So 11:30, there was this FOMC meeting, but it looks like the volatility didn't come in until a few minutes after. So they must have made some announcement that, that freaked people out or whatever. So we start working in this downtrend, and you get this lower high right here, and then you get another lower high. I wouldn't take this because we just broke out of this range and it looks like a doji, but when you get this lower high, strong bear bar off the trend line, even though you're going into new lows, I think this is a good entry to take. Unfortunately, the follow through is kind of a doji, but it is a bear doji with which closes lower than this signal bar, and then it creates a gap right here, so that gives you some more clarity. There's the gap, just to highlight it real quick. And you can see we came back to try and test that, but we couldn't even touch the high of this bar. And so that's a good sign if you're short. And then we create a gap right here between the low of that bar and the low of this bar and the high of this bar. But we overshoot the channel, and that gap. Oh, it actually doesn't close right here. So maybe if you have your stop like right there, you'd be good. But then you get this break of the channel isn't very convincing. But when we make this double bottom here and you get this bull bar, you probably want to get out if you have a runner going right there. So this is a second entry short, but it doesn't make a new high. So I think you got to sit that one out. And you could imagine all the people they trapped right there. Higher low here, we get a break. And I think important to note here is we get a gap above the EMA. And we've established this level of support. We come down. The selling looks pretty weak right here. It actually looks pretty good here. So you could take this failed second entry long to perhaps make a new low. And you can see we failed to make a new low. So you get this higher low, but it really just looks like a double bottom. And then we fail to make a new low again. Fail to make a new low again. You get two fairly strong bull bars, and then you get this higher low off the EMA, big body bull bar. And I think this is worth taking for a reversal. Let's measure how large this move down was, just so we have some more context. So in about 30 minutes, we dropped 63 points. So nothing crazy. But I think this is a good reversal to take. But when you're taking these reversals, you want to be going for more than a scalp. So that's just something to keep in mind because they're low probability. So you want high reward or large reward to make your risk reward ratio valid. So that's pretty much it for this chart. But what I wanted to point out with this sell off is I want to take a look at the daily chart. And this is exactly what I said yesterday. You can go back and watch my video. and we made this second bear bar on the daily chart. And what I said was, it looks to me like we're going to either correct back to the EMA or correct back to this level of support. And look at where this thing bounced. The computers see this. And so the shorts take their profits there and the bulls buy there. And that's exactly what happened today. So this stuff happens all the time. It's not coincidence. And if you do this for a couple of years, you'll start seeing this stuff. So there's the daily chart. Looks like we're going to close with a bull body, perhaps with a tail on top. Here's the weekly chart. So we got 2 days left in the week, but we only got 1 day left in the month. So the weekly chart is looking like we might have, it looks like it could go either way, but the monthly chart is looking like a bull bar, and a strong bull bar at that. So the market still looks strong. Tomorrow, I would personally, I'm expecting another mostly sideways day tomorrow. Maybe not a range as tight as this one, but a fairly small range just to close out the month. Excuse me. Let me put the month chart. Just to close out the month near this high. That's what I'm expecting tomorrow. And I think Friday, August 1st is not only are these tariffs going to be announced, but it's just a new month. So I think there's going to be a lot of volatility and a lot of craziness. So keep that in mind. Here's one last look at the daily chart. I'll be back tomorrow.